Hey there. Today I'd like to talk about economics. Specifically, I'd like to talk about what our study of markets and economies can do today and what it can't do. Everything in our daily lives is influenced by the economy. It's not just the food we buy, the jobs we do, and the shelter we live under. A whole bunch of other stuff is influenced as well. Everything from society to culture to politics interacts with the economy in ways that we don't fully understand. There are a lot of people who will tell you that they know exactly what's going on. They're largely full of it. From the business news channels to the professors at our most prestigious universities to newspaper columnists, legislators, and government bureaucrats, everybody's got a theory. People make an extraordinary amount of money telling us what the economy is all about with great confidence. But honestly, these people have no idea what's really going on with markets. Nobody does, least of all me. Back around the turn of the century, I spent a couple summers on Wall Street, and it was astounding. These brokers and analysts manage other people's money, and they may be more familiar with the mechanics of investing, but they really have no idea what's going to happen. There are a very few people at a very few institutions that have managed to consistently beat the market for decades, and they have made a ton of money. I know a few people who consistently win at Las Vegas as well. The odds of those two situations occurring are, I think, pretty similar. There are plenty of hedge funds who fail, and the geniuses who get one market turn right usually miss the next one. I'm not saying you shouldn't invest in the stock market. You absolutely should. But when somebody tells you they know exactly what's going to happen, I assure you they do not. I'm not saying that the study of economies and markets is useless. Exactly the opposite, in fact. There are tens of thousands of researchers doing valuable work and adding to our understanding of this most important of subjects. The problem is that we put more faith into economics than most economists would want us to. We tend to take a limited understanding of one thinker's theories and make it the conventional wisdom for a couple decades. Our policymakers tend to leave out all the nuance and doubt in what economists like Adam Smith or John Maynard Keynes actually said. This inevitably leads to disaster and sends everybody back to the drawing board. People are also too reliant on the numbers we use to describe our economies. I'm guilty of this in my videos as well. Things like gross domestic product or consumer confidence, figures that can move markets in massive ways, are all just estimates. In 2014, the country of Nigeria famously redid the way it calculated GDP, resulting in the figure almost doubling in a single year. More developed countries may have better estimates, but they're still just estimates. Consumer confidence, one of the most important figures for the stock market, is based on phone surveys of a few thousand people. I think the right model for where we're at with economics right now is probably medicine about 250 years ago. People were doing important work, and we knew a few things that worked really well. But most medical experts believed theories that now look ridiculous and did more harm than good. The point I'm trying to make here isn't that economics is bad or wrong, just that it's very, very new. And we don't really have any idea what we're doing. This raises an interesting problem, though. One thing that we do know for sure about economies is that confidence is really, really important. If people think that things are going well, things tend to keep going well. So maybe those cable business news channel bullshitters actually serve a real purpose. Next time, we'll dive in more on this issue of confidence and talk about the Trump bump that the U.S. stock market has experienced since November of 2016. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And if you'd like a free essay on a completely different topic, I suggest you click on the link here to sign up for my email newsletter. Thanks.